Stay ahead of the sugar.
Great raw isn't, y'all. Great raw isn't.
If I stop walking, y'all,
Raw
they
today.
can't
Raw the day.
Yeah, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Yeah, I said, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose.
I forgot to put up the last part of Mike Moore's letter to the New York
And
Times.
save your toes and feet. Yeah, I
Yay!
said, come walk with me.
Great rising.
Save your
Oh, they said I
toes
have a
and
chat
feet.
on YouTube.
Cause when you walk with me, you can eat.
All right,
the food
y'all
you
probably
want to
started already.
eat.
Here we go. Raw today. I'm telling you, when you raw the day raws you back. You see, I was vibing with the ancestors. They made it clear to me what I was going through. No matter how happy you make the word, say like stinky. No matter how you say that word, it's still stinky. So, if you're mourning the day, no matter how happy you are, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So the right word wasn't mourn, it was raw. Raw isn't. I had to keep telling myself, raw isn't. It matches your love for the start of the day. It matches your energy for the start of the day. That other Hatfield and McCoy language and vocabulary, they don't understand why they depressed. You don't understand why you're depressed? You done insulted today. Whew. Yeah, y'all. I put up the Pawn Moose First podcast. I was folding laundry, washing clothes, putting them up, and whew, just about gave out. I want me a housekeeper. Whew. And I could just sit there and promote, and come up with my ideas and stuff. Whew. But so I put the podcast up. And when I was doing the podcast, it reminded me that when I first went to see, this episode is about reminiscing of how that whole Philly trip came together. And it came together by me first taking a bus to go see my cousin. I will think we walking in my daughter's basement. It's her house. So there was a little Korean bus thing out of Lower Manhattan. They finally busted up the ring and everything. But while I was there, I think they had old Greyhound buses because the hound was painted over white. So I said, okay. So I made the reservations and everything, and I take the train down, and I'm hustling because I'm coming from Connecticut. Don't ask. So I get there, and I missed my scheduled bus. I could not believe it. I was like, we left early enough. And by then, I was like 50. Yeah. Well into my 50s, yeah. No, started my 50s. Anyway, and now I have to sit there for an hour. Oh. So I was just like, it is what it is. It is what it am. This is how it's going to go. You'll get a seat. You'll get your cousin. Just call her and let her know you missed that bus you was going to catch. Now you're going to catch the later bus. And just sit down and chill out. Well, the bus comes, we get in it. And I don't know at what point, but I know we weren't in New York anymore, so it had to be Jersey. We had to pull over and pick up passengers. And I thought that was strange. I was like, I know this is a Korean bus company, but do they pick up people from the side of the road? So, as I'm looking out the side at the people, some says, look in front. And in front of me was the burning bus. The bus that I was upset that I had missed. Now, according to what they said, everybody was fine. But it made me start thinking that maybe missed ain't missed. Maybe missed ain't missed. And it made me think of a discussion I had with this old character actor, Jack Warden. I think he used to do like the FBI thing. He always did cop things or soldier things. And I'm in New York. I just came from a public access interview with this guy that I met at the African burial ground when I brought down food and stuff and the tape of Remember Slavery. And I put out a lot of food and stuff at the African burial ground. And this guy came through, and he's the one that made the biggest noise about why am I on the outside of the gate? Why am I on the inside of the gate? And anyway, at the end of it, he invited me to come on his show and talk about Africans in America theme park. It's spring, y'all, so I'm a little stuffy too. Whew. But one thing about working out, you just push through. So it was in Manhattan on like the 10th or 11th Avenue, 60-something Street. And I get out the interview and I walk over to the bus stop. And there's a guy standing there. So I said, did I miss the bus? And he looks at me and he said, yeah, you just missed it. Oh, I was like, oh no, I can't believe it. I gotta go cross down and then I gotta catch the Metro North. I gotta go back up. Oh, I was. So he looked at me, because I guess he said, that's a lot of upset for this little bus missing. And I looked at him, and I said, you're an actor. I've seen you on something on TV. He said, yes, I am. I said, and then he said, Jack Warden. I said, yes, I do, Jack Warden, that's you. Anyway, he said, he said it was like certain disasters. You don't get upset if they're intentional. Like It was meant for me to miss the bus. And he tells this story about how he didn't always want to be an actor. He said that he was in the military, I guess, some kind of thing where they jump out the planes and stuff like that. Well, his parachute didn't open. And he wound up laying in the whatever Army, Air Force, whatever it is, hospital, all broken up. In traction, you know. And he was like, well, what am I going to do with my life now? And said acting. So for some reason he said that. That's why I guess a missed bus or the fact that how he felt is not really bad. It's just putting you in another direction. And I got his autograph. When the bus finally came, we sat down. And yeah, I was so upset I missed that bus. But I didn't have to. Because it was intended for me to miss it. Cool, right? So that's what's on The Palm Moves First. The episode I finally uploaded. And I called in Ezo, our resident illustrator, and she's going to do the album cover, the CD cover for me, for the song. I'm walking trying to save my feet and toes. I had Johnny take pictures of me. Look, I totally accept and respect my matter. It has been here 65 years. And we look like we've been here 65 years. I would even venture to say we look like we've been here 65 hard years. Whoo! Put it heavy on the D. This here, Americans. Hard years. So, I don't want Johnny to airbrush the pictures. I want to keep them because it's me. And I don't want to use them. So, whatever. You remember Ezo did the graphic for the t-shirt. So, I want that same graphic on the CD. It ain't about me. It's about walking. Or looking at the time, because let me tell you something. A friend of mine had a stroke. I don't know where, I guess you can't call her a friend, but we'll always be. Anyway, she had a stroke. She said nothing happened to her. She don't know what's going on. Her son and them said that she was on the floor, that she was out for quite a few days, and then she came to. But she's okay. So, this is a lady I used to spend hours on the phone. President NAACP, we used to meet up. She was an action sister. She was an action. Show up, present, stand up for your race sister through and through. And I know. But when I was talking to her, I could feel, I could sense there was something different. So then, around Easter, I sent her son a PayPal just to give to her, whatever she wanted to use it for. And first I couldn't get through to her phone for like 3 days. And then when I got through, I said, so did you go shopping? You know, the money I gave you, what Tyra gave you? And she said, no, Tyra ain't giving no money. So I said, he probably doesn't know it's there. I said, I need you to call him and let him know I PayPal'd him. She was looking for something. And then she went on a little tangent. And she came back. And she was looking for something. And the money didn't faze her. And I'm going to tell you, my old friend would have said, John, you sent me that money. Tyra better tell him send my money over. You mean I could have went Easter shopping and got so and so and so? My boy playing, but I'm going to go out now. The most she said was, yeah, I was thinking about going out, telling them that I want to go somewhere and get some things. So, to make a long story short, that's why I walk every day. And you should too. It's easy, it's simple, and it could quite possibly, because I don't know your relationship with doctors, I don't have that relationship with them. So for me, the walking, I know keeps me alive and keeps my body healing, make sure my antibodies and shit get where they supposed to go. But if you have a relationship with a doctor, then you listen to him. Let's take a small break. When we come back, we're going to be listening to the last part of the Michael Moore letter. He wrote it to the New York Times.
Trying to save my feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah, I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to stay ahead of the sugar cane. If I stop walking, y'all, the cane gonna trip me up. Yeah, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. Yeah, come walk with me and save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your toes and feet. Cause when you walk with me, you can eat the food you want to eat. I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. I said I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose.
Well, that was the whole song.
I'm walking, y'all, trying to save my feet and toes. Yeah,
Let me
I
get
said
Michael
I'm
Moore's
walking,
letter.
y'all, trying to stay ahead of the sugar cane. If I stop walking, y'all, the cane gonna trip me up. Yeah, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Yeah, I said come walk with me. Save your feet and toes.
Okay.
Cause if I stop walking, y'all, they'll cut me up until I'm just a nose. Yeah, come walk with me and save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said, come walk with me. Save your toes and feet.
Okay. Okay, that was it.
Cause when you walk with me,
Good.
you can eat
Alright,
the food
y'all
you
start.
want to eat. I'm walking, y'all.
This is the last part of Michael Moore's letter. I've gotten it as close as I can. No one is saying anything to me, so I don't know if y'all hear it or not. But I'm breaking it down. Me and ancestors, we breaking it down. Oh my goodness. I kind of got rid of the other one, but this is where we was. Hold on. Hold on. We were here, and this is going to be until the end. Ready? What information the voters might possibly like to know before they cast their votes. You only won because of the 77,000 votes you got in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. How many would have changed their minds if they'd known certain things about you? The hush money payments went to at least 3 individuals, all with the intent of keeping the public in the dark in order to throw the election your way. And to cover it up, you told your lawyer, Michael Cohen, to take out a home equity loan for himself to pay off those individuals so it wouldn't look like you had anything to do with it. What an idiot. So, defendant number 4913961R, do you now understand why this is happening to you? And why we don't care whatever the reason is, they'll be sending you to Sing Sing soon? You attempted to blow up our democracy. You led a violent uprising in which people died. You tried to overthrow a presidential election, an election that you brutally lost. You are on tape privately bullying the Georgia Secretary of State to illegally stuff the ballot box with 11,000 votes for you that did not exist. And you got 147 Republican members in Congress to vote to steal the election for you. 147 blackmail victims. Greater act of treason in a democracy than the outright death of an election and thus the overthrow of the elected government. You hate this country and what it stands for, and the vast majority of us know it. That's why we torched you to the curb in 2020 and then put you on a garbage barge to Florida. You are correct to assume we and the prosecutors we elect will charge you and arrest you for any legal reason we can find. Last night, in your continuing crusade to incite violence, you and your son posted photos of the judge's daughter online. It was your way of threatening him with violence. You know the judge's daughter. Only one of your psychotic supporters to commit a heinous act. Do you have any idea what tens of millions of American parents would do to you if you did anything to threaten their child's life? You're upset because you think we're prosecuting you because of a porn star. Ha ha ha! Look, we'd arrest you for anything we legally could. Littering, parking tickets, jaywalking, anything to stop you from taking another clue. Anything that would stop you from endangering the lives of the judge's daughter. Anything we can legally do to stop you, we will. You remember Al Capone? They could never get him on the murderous crime organization he ran. So they got him for lying on his income tax. Nobody cared. The public wanted him put away by any means necessary. You're Al Capone. You, Don. Your crime spree, which began in 1973, is coming to an end. Deal with it. Pack a toothbrush. And that's the last part of it. Well, see, the difference between the orange shit stain, but I'm supposed to call him 4913961R, and Al Capone, is that Al Capone did not make the IRS and the Department of Justice his lapdog. All the money he had, He didn't know. He tried to buy politicians and stuff, but he was too gruff. Number 4913961R. Smooth. He taped everybody and he recorded all the politicians. And now their mouths are shut. But we're talking about reparations too, because Michael Moore made mention to the fact of, I mean, really, I was asking the ancestors before Michael Moore, like all my life. I don't understand it. I was like, why couldn't y'all do something? Over 20 generations. I said to them, I was like, when they burn y'all houses down, why don't you ain't go back and burn their goddamn houses down? When they crushed Black Wall Street and burned it down, and of course the government came and did his stuff. It's now the University of Oklahoma. But if you to burn their shit down, maybe not. I ask them all the time, when did we, what generation, what descendant? And then I got an answer, a vibe. And they said, well, when they were first brought here as prisoners of war of the King of England, they were doing some very vile things to them. Very vile things to them that would make them afraid. They didn't know where they were. And I was like, how vile things? Like, did they eat you? Because we know they eat now. They're the cannibals. So that's not so far removed. And cruelty is cruelty. How did they scare you so badly? Okay, I know they chopped off your foot. I know they chopped off your arms. I know they watch your wife go up there, or whoever you had a baby with, and they cut the wife up and all kind of stuff like that. All the barbaric stuff that they are. So, he said that's the initial scare. But I was like, no. Why ain't you back? Did Mark Vicki? Why you ain't back them? The ancestors had to burn Charleston down to the ground. But you could have been done it as humans. They don't know. So then I just move up a little bit. I was like, okay, I know why you didn't follow Nat Turner, because he called himself a preacher. And at that time, we weren't as engrossed in cults as we are now. So they knew it was bullshit. So I think that's what did him in. Now, we've fallen all over, scared to lift a hand to a white man because you think he's some kind of floating god or something like that. I asked him, when did that happen? When did that happen? Even Jim Brown went down there, trying to help the folks out. You didn't even join in with him. When did it happen? Now we're 40 million strong. They're getting ready to fuck us up from the floor up. Them blackmail victims. They're not gonna go against that orange piece of shit known as 4913961R. Whew. And if you stood up for yourself, especially with how the internet and the communication, you would be surprised how many other, if not nations, but people will say, you mean finally the Negro has struck back? They'll say, finally? Over 20 generations? But don't worry about it, y'all ain't gonna do it. This is a conversation I had with the ancestors. And then I say stuff to the ancestors like, why couldn't you have put this in my heart earlier? And they said, because earlier you didn't put us in your heart. I was in my 40s. I always talked to my ancestors, my aunts and stuff like that. And I always felt their vibrations. But it wasn't until I found Remembering Slavery at the Greenwich Library, buried in the wealthiest library at that time in the country. The whole town was wealthy, or among the wealthiest. And there sit Remembering Slavery. Not in neighborhoods where where the descendants are, but in the privileged, white, millionaires' library. That's where they were. Alright, y'all know we got 8-pound weights. So, I'm only doing 5. Yesterday I did 10. Oh, so I said 10. I say it wrong. I said, they said no, I say 10, I used to always say 10 N, like N. I used to say I-N instead of E-N. Anyway, we're doing 5. Okay. Whew, suck everything in. Squeeze your gut. I wish this thing was wider. Okay. Neither up nor down. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 for good luck. I just noticed I'm having shirt issues. Alright. Let's go to the other side. Whew. Dig in the elbow. Squeeze your gut. Neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, child. This spring is coming in. Whew, with all the flowers, all the beauty, all the congestion, all the nasal drip. Whew. Oh, all the everything that spring brings for us. Yep. Yeah, check out The Pond Moves First on YouTube or on Spotify. The Pond Moves First. The song should be coming out soon. And I'm going to promote it. Because if I get somebody to come here, it took me about 2 to 3 hours yesterday to do that laundry. And I'm not even finished. I had sweat pouring off me. I was like, oh. In the little time that me and my matter got together, I sure like to spend more time creating than cleaning. So, if y'all buy my CD when it comes out, because I've been working for 2.5 years, I ain't never get a deal on my Cash App. I don't even know how it would sound if I got a Cash App. I ain't never got one. But you can buy the song. Voila. Whew. Thanks for coming on a walk. Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. I didn't put up Michael Moore's letter. And I'm still into HR 40. I just side thing about this orange shit stain. But other than that, we're going to be on track because it all ties in together. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share, tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend. Subscribe. And I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.